And then a group of us were ordered to go south of there toward an area of enemy activity that was not identified. We went south of Hanover to a place called Dora-Mittlebau. Dora-Mittlebau in an area called Nordhausen. This was a German slave labor camp, a very large one. And we, with our tank destroyer weapons, we blew down the wall of this Dora-Mittlebau and found inside thousands of dead bodies. There were crematoria where they were handling some of the people who died resulting from the forced labor and literally being worked to death, or I like to say murdered to death. And this was a new experience for us. We were trained infantry. We were trained to fight wars and to kill or be killed. We weren't trained for what we saw there. So to this day, it's become a very difficult experience to think about even today.
It was difficult to comprehend.
It was difficult to comprehend, and going into one of the ovens of that camp, we opened up all the doors and discovered that there was a German SS officer in one of the ovens with a Luger pistol in his hand. He was aiming this at whomever he could reach. He knew the American soldiers were coming, and a comrade of mine, Lieutenant Ungerleider and Billy Melander, Billy fired the first shots inside of this oven, killing this gentleman, this soldier, this officer, immediately. And it turned out that he was the SS officer in charge of the activities of that camp. In other words, he was the chief of cruelty in that camp.
Did the Germans who lived in the vicinity, did they claim that they never knew what was
They didn't know. They were innocent bystanders. They knew nothing about nothing. Of course, they knew everything. If you were anywhere near the area, the area itself was a dead giveaway. Everyone has smelled a dead animal, one dead animal. When you're talking about thousands of dead human beings lying around decomposing, everyone is going to smell that. And the smoke from the ovens was very apparent too. The crematoria, the smoke was very apparent. I've heard it said to me recently by some very dear friends of mine that people don't want to hear anymore about this stuff. They've had enough. They've had enough of the Holocaust. They've had enough of the war. And they have had enough. Well, my reflection is very clear. I don't think anyone has had enough. I think this is a perpetual education that we have to keep teaching this generation and future generations about what took place, so they can have all the information they can make to make the best decisions they can make about how they run their lives and how they treat their fellow human beings. These are the things that we must learn, and we can't learn it unless we understand what took place in history, the good and the bad and the indifferent. We must know about it all.